Good morning student, myself Millie Sankla and today we start with our topic direct and bending stress and in direct and bending stress again today we discuss about some theory portions. Okay, now first of all in direct and bending stress draw core and kernel for circular section. We already completed core and kernel for rectangle section and for hollow rectangle section. Now in today's session we first complete our two core and kernel for circular and for hollow circular. Okay. Now for circular section here I take one figure. In this figure this diameter of the circular section is take D and this middle portion is the core and kernel for given circular section. We find out this value. This is Ex and this is Y. Okay, Ey. And this here in this figure total summation of this Ex and this Ex D by 4. Now one by one we find out the value of this Ex is D by 2, D by 8 we prove. Okay. Now to find out the value of core and kernel for circular section, take a relation eccentricity E is equal to Z by A. Now we find out one eccentricity Ey and similarly we write down another eccentricity about opposite axis. Ey is equal to section modulus about x axis divided by area because eccentricity is always perpendicular to the axis. Now section modulus x is equal to moment of inertia, ratio of moment of inertia to distance, maximum distance of centroid from center. Okay, now what is the moment of inertia for circular section? That is pi by 64 d raised to 4 and y is equal to maximum distance from center. That means this is the center of circular section and this diameter is equal to capital D. From this center this distance is capital D by 2. So take here capital D by 2. After dividing this numerator and denominator our answer is pi d cube by 32. Okay. Now next area of this circular section is equal to pi d square by 4 because here we take a diameter so we can't take here radius. Okay, we take the value of this area in form of diameter, that is pi d square by 4. Now what is Ey? Simply put the value that we find out. Z axis is equal to pi d cube by 32 right here and area is equal to pi d square by 4. After dividing this numerator and denominator our answer is D by 8. Okay, simply here write simply here mention this is our pi d square by 2. Okay, pi d square by 4. Pi d cube by 32 divide by this pi d square by 4 that is equal to D by 8. Now similarly here we write down Ex is equal to D by 8 because in circular section only one dimension is present, that is diameter. So value of Ey is equal to value of Ex. Okay, and that is D by 8, D by 8. Here our core and kernel value for circular section is complete. Now draw the core and kernel of hollow circular section. Here I take a one figure again. Then this is our outer circle, this is our inner circle and this center portion of circle it is our core and kernel. Here we find out value of core and kernel for this hollow circular section. Now again my relation is equal to eccentricity E is equal to section modulus divided by area. Z is equal to our section modulus. Section modulus is the ratio of moment of inertia divided by Y. Okay, now what is the moment of inertia for hollow circular section? It is pi by 64 capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4 because outer diameter is capital D and inner diameter is small d. Capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4 divided by 64 and this Y is equal to distance from center and this Y this is outer surface is capital D, so take capital D by 2. Not we can't take inner diameter, we take outer surface. Okay, from center to this distance is half of capital D by 2, capital D by 2. After dividing, pi d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4 divided by this 32d. Okay, now what is the area of this hollow circular section? It is pi by 4 d raised to square minus d raised to square, because area of circular section is pi d square by 4, but this is hollow circular section, so area is equal to pi capital D square minus small d square divided by 4. Now EY is equal to z axis divided by area. The values that we find out simply put here. Z axis is equal to pi by 32 capital D d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4 divided by pi by 4 d square minus small d square. After simplifying this numerator and denominator, our answer is capital D square plus small d square divided by 8d. Okay. Similarly, Ex is equal to capital D square plus small d square divided by 8d. Okay, the answer of section eccentricity about y-axis similar to eccentricity about x-axis for hollow circular section. Okay, here our derivation of core and kernel is complete. Now we learn second theory. Symmetrical column with eccentric loading about 2 axis. Now here we derive the equation of column section subjected to 2 eccentricity. This is the elevation of our column section. Okay, this base is plan and this front height is our elevation. Here in first quadrant load P is applied, and from this horizontal distance is Ex and this vertical distance is Ey. Here 3 stresses are in use because of this eccentric load. First is direct stress, and this eccentric load subjected to 2 eccentricity, so 2 bending stress are induced. Bending stress about x-axis, that means this, and bending stress about y-axis. Okay, if 2 eccentricity are given, then 3 stresses are in use. First is direct stress, second is 2 bending stress about x and about y-axis. Okay, now symmetrical column with eccentric loading about 2 axis. This is the plan of column section, and here I write down some full form of number of given terms. P is equal to eccentric load, Ex is equal to eccentricity about x-axis, Ey is equal to eccentricity about y-axis, B is equal to horizontal width, D is equal to depth, sigma 0 is equal to direct stress. Now sigma Bx is equal to bending stress about x-axis, bending stress about y-axis. Now Mx is equal to moment, and this moment is equal to load into eccentricity. If here we find out Mx, then here I take eccentricity about y-axis, and My is equal to P into X. This term I will explain at a time of example. Okay. Now again I take a plan of this column section. Direct stress for this given figure is equal to load divided by area, and bending stress due to eccentricity Ex. If we take eccentricity Ex, we find out bending stress about y-axis. Sigma By is equal to M by Z. Now what is M? M is equal to P into X, because eccentricity is always perpendicular to the axis. If we take Ex, then we find out bending stress about y-axis, and this Z is equal to I by Y. Now bending stress due to eccentricity Ey, that means here we get bending stress about x-axis. Okay, M by Z, M is equal to P into Ey and our sigma Bx. Resultant stress is equal to sigma 0 plus or minus sigma Bx plus or minus sigma By. Now when we find out sigma maximum stress, then our notation is sigma max. Sigma max is the summation of direct stress plus bending stress about x-axis plus bending stress about y-axis. And when we find out minimum stress, sigma minimum equal to direct stress minus bending stress about x-axis minus bending stress about y-axis. This is the simple equation for calculation of example. Okay, we compulsory learn it. Okay, now here is the sign convention for eccentric load given, and if in data ask find out stresses at corner at edge of column section. If in data mention that find out minimum and maximum stress, for maximum summation of direct and bending stress, for minimum difference between direct and bending stress. But in data if ask find out stress it at corner A, B, C, D, then at that time we follow this sign convention, and this sign convention is depend upon the failure of column. If our column section is failure and at that time compressive forces, then take positive. If our column section is fail and at that time our tension side, then take is negative. Okay, now one by one I will explain you this sign convention. In first figure we follow the x-axis, and in second figure we follow the y-axis. This corner is A, B, C, D. Okay, again this is A, B, C, D. Okay, now one by one we start from our B corner. At B corner, okay, one important thing, direct stress is induced at all corner of column, and it is symmetrical, it is uniform. Okay, that means if direct stress, if axial load is provided, direct stress is induced A, B, C, D all corner of column section. Okay, there will be no change of regarding direct stress, only and only change the direction of bending stress about x and y with respect to corners. Okay, now resultant stress is equal to sigma direct stress plus or minus sigma bx plus or minus sigma by. Okay, it is okay. Now sigma b, now take care here. At sigma b direct stress is given, direct stress sigma 0. Now at B point our value of x is positive, that means sigma bx positive. Just at y-axis our value of y-axis is also positive, sigma by. Now second case, resultant stress is sigma c, that means this corner direct stress is given. Here is the value of x-axis is negative, sigma bx, and here value of y-axis positive, sigma by. At corner D, that means this corner, value of x-axis also minus sigma bx, and value of this y-axis is also minus sigma by. Now at corner A, direct stress is given sigma 0, and value of this x-axis is positive, sigma bx, and value of this y-axis is negative, minus sigma by. But this condition when we apply, when load is given in first quadrant. If load is given in this fourth quadrant, we rotate this all sign convention with respect to this fourth quadrant. If load is given in third quadrant, again we rotate the all sign convention with respect to this third quadrant. Okay, simply the load which quadrant in given, from this quadrant follow this sign convention x and y. When in data ask the find out stresses at corner of column. Okay, now next, here we find out eccentricity for different type of section. Okay, and first we start with our first eccentricity for rectangle section. Okay, draw neat sketch of core and kernel, rectangle 300 mm by 400. Okay, if this type of dimension is given, first of all we provided 400 mm width, and second we provided 300 mm depth. Okay, now dimension of B is given 400 mm and dimension of D is given 300 mm. Okay, now in derivation we prove Ex is equal to B by 6, that means 400 by 6, and my answer is equal to 66.66 mm. Okay, now EY is equal to 300 by 6, that means it is our D by 6, and my answer of this D by 6 is equal to 50 mm. Okay, now EX and EY is equal to 66.66 and 50. This is my eccentricity about x and y axis for rectangle column. Now here I draw the figure of core and kernel after finding out values. Okay, simply this distance is our EX and this vertical distance is EY. Okay, after finding out value mentioned here. Now this is our circular section. For circular section, EX and EY is equal to D by 8. Now what is diameter? Diameter is given 300 mm, mention here 300 by 8, and after that EX is equal to EY is equal to 37.5 mm. This is my eccentricity of circular section, and here I draw core or kernel for circular section. Okay, this distance is our EX and this vertical distance is EY. Now here square with 600 centimeter area. Here area is given and section is square. So first of all write down area is equal to 600 centimeter square, and this is our square figure. Now area of square is equal to B square is equal to 600. Now for finding out B is equal to under root of 600, and under root of 600 is equal to 24.49 centimeter. Here I get the value of side. Now eccentricity EX and eccentricity EY is equal to B by 6, and that is equal to 24.49 by 6, and my answer of this EX and EY is equal to 4.08 centimeter. Okay, here is our eccentricity. Okay, draw this diagram of core and kernel like this. This distance is our EX and this distance is our EY. Okay, here we find out a different value of core and kernel for three sections: hollow rectangle section, circular section and square section. In next section we discuss about some theory portion. Just now we stop here.